Have you noticed that Transformers almost never use their scanning ability, even though it could give them a brand new vehicle form whenever they want? Scanning is one of the core abilities of every Cybertronian. Lock onto any vehicle on Earth and adopt it as your alt mode on the spot. It even repairs surface damage in the process. So why do they barely use it? Optimus Prime has been a truck in every film. Bumblebee is always a Camaro. Ratchet never left the Hummer H2. There are actually several reasons. Reason 1. Size compatibility. A Transformer can only scan vehicles that match their own size and frame. There is no switching across categories. Optimus Prime, Sentinel Prime, and Galvatron are large-scale Transformers. They can only scan heavy trucks. There is no way any of them scans down to a compact car the way Bumblebee does. On the smaller end, Brains can only scan a laptop. Wheelie is limited to a toy car. Frenzy can only scan a radio or a phone. The scanner matches what fits. It is not a free choice. Reason 2. Scanning drains a massive amount of energy. Scanning is not just swapping out an exterior shell. It is a full body reconstruction. The T-Cog has to resync. The armor gets recast from scratch, and the whole process burns a massive amount of energy. For a standard Transformer, a full alt mode switch typically costs somewhere between 10 and 20% of total energy storage. The Bumblebee film makes this very clear. After taking serious damage, Bumblebee scanned a VW Beetle as a disguise. That single scan drained every bit of energy he had left, and he immediately went into stasis. Reason 3. Scanning cannot fix internal damage. Scanning restores the outer shell, but only surface-level damage. If the spark is compromised, or the internal structure is broken, none of that gets fixed by a scan. Megatron in Dark of the Moon is the clearest example. After taking heavy damage from Jetfire and Optimus Prime, half of his head was destroyed. Even if he had scanned a brand new tank or jet, the internal damage would still be there. He would have burned energy for nothing. So instead he disguised himself as a worn-out tanker truck and stayed out of sight. Reason 4. One scan is usually enough. When the Autobots first arrived on Earth, one scan was enough to blend in. No reason to keep switching. Bumblebee scanned more times than any other Autobot in the franchise, but it was always a Chevy Camaro, never a different category. Reason 5. Sponsorship deals. There is also a real-world reason. Almost every Autobot is tied to a specific brand sponsor. Switching vehicles means breaking that deal and potentially paying licensing fees for a new one. Optimus Prime is the best example. He drove a Peterbilt truck for the first 3 films, because Peterbilt signed on as a sponsor for exactly 3 films. By Age of Extinction, Western Star had come in with a bigger sponsorship commitment. So the filmmakers wrote in a specific scene where Optimus Prime scans and switches to a Western Star truck. The brand change was built directly into the plot because the sponsorship deal required it.